again. Hi all, Serena here. Thanks for joining me today on my YouTube channel. Now today I thought I would try some water brush pens. I got these a while ago on Amazon, and these are Mozart Supply water brush pens. I thought I would try them because they might be a nice alternative for plein air painting, which I'm going to start getting into because it's spring and I'm dying to get out. So let me go ahead and fill them and we'll try them out together. Okay, so let's actually see how these fill. I know you just unscrew the barrel here, and I have a pipette that I'm going to use to fill it, and it makes it a lot easier. You can fill it at the faucet too. These are great. I would see good application for taking this out for plein air. Okay, now I'm going back and forth a little bit because my water jar is not filled to the top. I only have it like half filled, but this seems to be holding quite a bit. And I guess I'll fill it all the way up there. Whoop. And what's good about these, you fill it too much, you can just take some of it out. That's what I like. Okay, let's go ahead and put that back in. Now, it looks like it's just plastic on plastic. There's no gasket there or anything, so I'd be curious as to see if this leaks at all. But let's go ahead and try it. I'll move this aside. That out there. I do have a piece of scrap paper that I just used earlier. Going to go ahead and take that here, and we'll see. Let's get some paint. I actually have a little palette here that I'm going to use from Prima watercolor palettes, or Prima watercolor. Let's take a look. Basically pull the cap off, and you go ahead and you squeeze the, you're supposed to push the, let's see, I don't see anything leaking. It's starting to activate down there, I can see. Now, does it, okay, there we go. I see it coming out, okay. It's coming out. And let's see how that works. Oh, wow. So you can make quite fine lines with it. Let me see if I can adjust that camera. Alright, so you can see, you can do broad, whoops, let me get it wet again. You can do some broad strokes, or even very fine strokes. And you would, I assume, squeeze more water on to thin it out. I'm trying to squeeze the water on, and I'm not having much luck thinning it out. Well, I guess this takes a little bit of practice. No, I'm still not getting enough water. Oh, there we go. Oh, it came out in a gob. A whole gob of water. Okay, I see it. It kind of wets the brush all at once. And that's a little too much water. But some interesting effects. I mean, if you want to... Of course, I should be turning this around as I do it. I'm not so good at painting in all different directions. But we get the idea with that one. So that's a finer one. But it does give you some quite fine lines, and this isn't even the finest one. This is the second one there, so there's a finer one even in front of this one. And I haven't used much water at all. You can still see it's about maybe half an inch, 3/4 of an inch used, if that. I mean, there was some air in the reservoir as it was. It seems to be giving me an even shade here. So if I want a deeper shade, it's going to be a little harder to adjust it. But I could still see applications for it. It's something that you really have to play around with, it looks like. Let's take a look at the other one. I have a wider brush here. Let's see how this is going to look. Now this one, oh, it's got a little bit, see that little brush going up, that little hair going up? There's a little bit there that kind of got caught, I guess, in the cap. But let's try this, and I think it's going to be about the same. I think you have to kind of push it. Oh, I see it activating there. Okay, there it goes. Starting to activate. I don't know if you have to shake it to get it going, or haven't used these before, so bear with me. I'm learning along with you. Okay, now it feels a little moist. Okay, I see it's a little moist. I can feel that moisture there. So if I picked up a little bit of the paint, it pulls it up pretty readily, and we can get some, of course I already wet that paper there. We can get some brush strokes there. I should do it on a dry piece. So it's almost like you would have to dip it in a mixed paint. I have a mixed paint right here that's I've added water to. So let's see what happens when I just dip it in there as I go along, and then I'm going to just press a little bit more. So it's almost like this has a reservoir of water that you can use to wet your palette to mix what you want, and then you're going to get the thickness of the paint that you want. It really isn't like a paintbrush, or it is like a paintbrush in that respect, where you have to mix the viscosity you want in the palette and then transfer it to your paper, or layer it over. If you use layers, you'll get that double, that heavier, thicker effect of a darker paint. I could see using these for plein air because you've got that water right there. Now this one, of course, because it's a wider brush, I did use quite a bit of the water, although it was to initially wet the brush. Now this one kind of slides in and out like that. I don't know if it's supposed to be pressed up against it, or it looks like there's a mechanism in there where as you're pressing the brush, it's moistening it. That's what it seems like. So, whoops, got it all over my fingers there. It seems like as you press that in, it moistens the bristles. So maybe you have to push it a little bit to get it going. But something a little bit interesting, a little bit different to try, and I can tell you need to do a little bit of experimenting with this, a little bit of work to master it, but I think once you do, these will be kind of nice to have and to use, especially when I'm out painting out and about. I hope this gave you an idea of what these are like, and not just this brand, but different water brushes. They're all pretty much the same, I'm assuming. Maybe they have different mechanisms, but just another tool to use, especially if you are out and about. Something really nice that you can just throw in your bag to carry with you. If you carry a knapsack or something, or you carry a purse, just throw in your palette and you've got this with the water already in it. You're set to go. You just need a surface to draw on, to paint on, and you're all ready. Well, thanks for watching today. I hope you enjoyed the video. If you did, remember to hit the like button and don't forget to subscribe. I'll see you next time.